Yesterday's discussion was all about addiction and really what addiction is and how it can be addressed. But really, there's another topic that goes right along with addiction, which is why does it have to be so hard? So first I want to start by saying I am Kiana Sage and I guide people to peace. I do that through using a modality called energy psychology. And essentially I'm an energy healer and I address patterns in the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual fields that help you align to your soul purposes. And a lot of people don't even know they have a soul. They don't know what their soul purpose is. They don't know why they're here. And, that makes life quite challenging. And we can get misdirected when we don't know what our purpose is and why we're here. So that goes to why is it so challenging? Why is life so hard? Why is changing so hard? And the soul journey was not ever intended to be so difficult. However, it is challenging to learn and unlearn and relearn and realize that our ego mind that we've been conditioned to use for absolutely everything is the actual aspect that redirects us into the wrong direction because it takes us further away from our heart and our soul and hello, Jamaica. And so when we are experiencing challenges, that's when we need to really connect with our heart because our heart will never lie to us. Our mind will always misdirect us. So why is life so challenging? Because you came here to learn. And if you're not doing your learning and you're not using critical thinking, it can be very challenging and life can be very confusing. And you think, well, my parents didn't teach me how to do critical thinking. School doesn't teach me how to do critical thinking. Sometimes people are taught how to problem solve, but problem solving is not the same as critical thinking because critical thinking is why. 5 whys. You want to go deeper. Hi, Eric. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Talking about why is life so challenging. And the reason why life is challenging is because, we have to come here to learn. And the learning doesn't happen all the time the way we think it should. And when life doesn't show up the way we think it should, most people interpret that as a challenge or an obstacle instead of looking at it as a game or as an opportunity to learn about yourself. People are just getting mad that they have a challenge. And it's really important for you to reframe how you're looking at your life and at your circumstances, at your social situations, and at your learning. And the way that you are approaching your learning will absolutely dictate how you learn. So it could either be really difficult and challenging, or you can just say, you know what, I got this. This is nothing. I could do this. This might be challenging now, but once I get it, it'll be fine. So it's about learning new ways to integrate your way of being. So let's just say you have an addiction and you perceive that addiction as overwhelming. My offer to you is number one, disidentify from the challenge. Disidentify that something is bigger than you. Nothing is bigger than you. That is how incredibly powerful you are when you are aligned. And if you are looking at this challenge and you say, I am bigger than this situation. I am powerful. How can I do this in a way that directs me closer to who I am meant to be, in alignment with my heart? How can I do this challenge in alignment with my heart? And that will reframe the entire aspect. And you want to learn to laugh and be in curiosity with what those things are that you feel are challenging you or are difficult or hard. Okay, So I'm just going to see if there's any questions. I'm seeing there's a lot of things. Hi, Wendy, good to see you. Seeing there's a lot of comments that are inappropriate, but I want to talk specifically to those people who are wanting to adjust what they think is challenging. So I'm just going to see if there's any questions. Eric, I'm so glad you're here again. You're such a loyal viewer, and I appreciate that. And I don't know why people always ask me where I live. Somebody is asking me my opinion on celibacy. You have to do what's right for you. Everybody has a different path, a different purpose. You have to do what's right for you. So what do you think is so challenging about change? Hi, Whitney. Good to see you here. So I do not eat beef. Dr. Ketchup, I do not. Okay, so the mind is the biggest blocker to change. So a lot of people think that they should want to change. It doesn't work like that. So you have to outsmart the mind, and you have to get connected to the heart and ask, is what you want more important than what you need? And the change is what is needed to change what you want, because your wants might be misdirected by nefarious energies or, all kinds of things. I'm just looking. Change is the fear of the unknown. Change can be the fear of the unknown, but it's also just fear of the unknown is an easy thing to say because it is true. But what is the unknown? The unknown is beyond the ego mind. And the mind thinks that it knows. And of course the mind doesn't know. If the mind knew, then you wouldn't have any reason to evolve. Right? The evolution of the heart, mind, body, soul is why we're here. So you have to move beyond what the mind thinks it needs or wants and go back into your heart and see how is this aligning me to what I need? Because, when I was changing my diet, for example, I wanted cheese. I wanted to eat cheese. I had always eaten cheese, and I thought I ate healthy, but I ate a lot of cheese. I didn't think I ate a lot of cheese, but in hindsight, I was eating a lot of cheese. And I don't eat cheese anymore. Why? Because I am on an anti-inflammatory protocol. Not because I want to, because that is what I needed to heal. And did I want to heal? Was healing more important than what I wanted? Hell yes. I want to live life fully. Is that more important than having a piece of cheese? Yes. Did I struggle? Yeah, it was challenging because once you decide to change something, you realize how often what it is that you want shows up. It's kind of interesting how it works like that way. So you have to repeatedly commit to being in alignment with what is needed for you to grow, evolve, and expand physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And often the change that you need is not what you're doing. So you must look at how to commit every single day and be willing to go with your soul's experience of expression versus the ego mind's need to be right or the need to keep things status quo. I hope you find that helpful. I am comfortable. Hi, Zir. Good to see you here. I don't know where this Celine Dion thing is coming from. I have never heard that. We get accustomed to safety and normality. Well, most people in fear are not feeling safe. I will say that. Um, and I think people are more, they really don't understand how the brain and the neurosynapses continue to fire with the same patterns. So people keep doing the same things, expecting a different result, and that obviously doesn't work. But people also are more accustomed to being miserable and in suffering than they are to following their heart and being in love and joy. You know, people don't think that joy happens for them, they think it happens for everybody else. But it only happens for those who are willing to risk changing and being different. Eric says, you're my dear friend, Kiana. Thank you, Eric. Says, hi, what you said about life being a learning experience, a game, and reframing your situation reality resonates. I'm glad that's helpful for you. I think it's, you know, for me, if somebody told me I can't do something, then the way I work is like, first I see, does it resonate for me to do this? I negate what people say as feedback for me if it doesn't resonate. Resonating meaning if there's any learning, if what they're saying is about me or is it about them. So, you know, because people project all the time. But for me, I think it's really, I have trained myself to go out of my comfort zone for years. And the first memory I have about being scared was about, well, I have many memories about being scared, but consciously going out of my comfort zone, I would force myself out of my comfort zone. And I remember being like 16 years old saying, I'm going to do something that scares me. And not something dumb and risky, but really something that was had very little risk. So I could start to push my own boundaries of what I thought was possible. Because our limitations are based on what we believe. Our belief system, my belief system is different than yours, and yours is different than your neighbors, and so forth. So we got to really challenge our beliefs. And I know a lot of people don't like to do that, and I don't like to do it for people unless they are authorizing me to do that. But it's really important to challenge what you believe is possible for you, because if you believe it's impossible, then it is. And so if you begin to make life more of a game and then you begin to challenge your comfort zone, what you're doing is you're igniting the courage muscle. And that muscle is of the heart. And when you do that, you feel better. You feel more empowered, you feel stronger, you feel more alive, you feel more connected physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. A lot of people will have dopamine kick in, and you might have surges of adrenaline. That's what happens when your heart is ignited. You know, I have one client that, you know, he really was really deeply in his head, and he had very ingrained ideas about who he was and what he thought was possible. And, you know, I threw out a couple options of things that he could do to break out of that. And ultimately, he chose to go skydiving. And he changed in the moment that he did the skydiving. And I'm not recommending it for everybody. I don't think it has to be that difficult for everybody. But sometimes we must do something so radical that we remember that life is about living. Life is about taking risks. Life is about being in connection fully to your body. Because when people work in dense situations, like let's just say you're a therapist, or you are a nurse or a doctor, and you're around a lot of density, a lot of sick people, a lot of people off the mark as far as alignment, and that carries with it a lot of density. To cut through that density requires that you do something different. And sometimes the way the brain is firing is just like, no, I'm just going to stay safe in my house and drink my Coke, and I'm going to have my cigarette, and that keeps us safe. But it's actually creating walls of separation. So to clear those walls of separation, we must like make a radical change. I don't know. I kind of got off on a tangent there later, so I appreciate you saying that. I'm not singing a song today. Wendy is saying 100% agree about the mind being a block to the heart. Yeah. The best way to get out of those blocks is to continuously commit to doing stuff that puts you right back in the body. Because anytime you're in the head and the mind and you're getting stuck in those mental loops, you're going to disconnect. And yes, you can redirect your thoughts to be in the heart connection. But sometimes when you've built so many barriers, you need to do something radical. And I'm a big fan of cold plunges, cold exposure, cold shower, because it's easy, it's cheap, and it's accessible to almost everybody. But a lot of people don't like to be uncomfortable because they don't want to be uncomfortable. Well, it's not about doing what you want. It's about being more connected and being more alive. So I hope that helps you, Wendy. I'm just looking for questions. Interesting, but the collective probability won't accept the real you. Humans are unique. It's really about you accepting you. It's really about you accepting yourself. And then once you go into full acceptance, it's not about what other people think about you. It's really about you fully accepting yourself and being okay with people not liking you. I mean, I've been different my whole life. I got an email from a client today saying, you know, she is different, she doesn't fit in, and blah, blah, blah. And it's a story. And, you know, you could focus on not fitting in and not feeling good. I mean, I created this channel because I wondered, I knew there were more people like me. I don't know if I'm unique in this, but I really don't care what other people think about me. I'm not invested in other people's thoughts about me, because when you understand that most people are thinking incongruent thoughts, meaning thoughts that make no sense, thoughts that are not grounded in the natural laws, thoughts that are not grounded in God or sovereignty or freedom, then they mean nothing. Their thoughts mean nothing. So why would you invest in other people's thinking? You got to accept yourself, be your most authentic self, and say, okay, if my soul came here to grow and I came here to evolve and learn, am I learning what I need to learn? Where are my blind spots? Where am I blocked? What do I need to change? What have I outgrown? Well, that's a good question. What have you outgrown that you keep on going back to? And some of those might be your friends. Scott Brown, I was just curious about nothing. I think it's good to be curious about nothing. Go into pure nothingness. There's a lot there. Okay. There's so much spam on these chats. Yeah, somebody, you know what? Somebody is talking about my nose again. Do you think, I mean, I actually think it's funny that people think at my age that I'm going to look at the chat and be offended and in any way, shape, or form take your opinions about what you think about me and my physical appearance to heart and make changes. No, I don't need your approval. I don't need you here. Like, this is really about you guys accepting yourself. And Zir, you know what I'm talking about. I think it's crazy. Vishal is saying, I always believe that rebels bring revolutions. I walked through my failures and was almost about to give up on my dream. Right, Vishal? It's right before you're about to give up that things really start to flow in. It's about sending a consistent, regular message and frequency out to that you resonating with, and that resilience is received. Orange Lee is saying women never like courage. Courage shows fear. Women like confidence and ignorance. Well, I think that's a big generalization there, Orange Levy. And I would stay away from generalizations. Eric, do I jog or walk to heal? I walk every day, Eric. I do not jog, but I do have, what do you call, a rebounder that I bounce on every day. So yes. FN 5-7. I choose to try doing stand-up comedy. Oh, wow, good for you. And performing my jokes live in front of a crowd was intimidating. Oh, Evan, I've been trying to tell my husband I think he should do that. I found the experience similar to skydiving, for example, thrilling and a change I needed. Yes, congratulations, Evan 5-7. I don't know what that means, but that is amazing. I don't know that I could do comedy because I don't think I'm that funny. I'm more silly. But I applaud that. My husband is very funny and he could do a whole stand-up about me. I think that's awesome. I hope, did you do it more than once? And I bet you that would be exhilarating for sure. I remember when I used to do a lot, this is pre-COVID, I used to do a lot more group work and a lot more public speaking. And being in front of a large group it's so powerful and there's so much learning. And FN 5-7, I bet if you went back into this moment, this now moment, and just imagined yourself doing that, I bet you can write down at least 7 to 10 things that you needed to learn about yourself from that experience that you're not even conscious of. So by making them more conscious, you change how you are from this moment forward, and then you could be different. Like you could bring that energy back into your life in a very powerful way. Congratulations, that's so exciting. I love it. And I hope that my husband is watching and is inspired to do that too. Scott Brown, America is beyond repair. Well, that is a really sad state to see yourself in that way, that you're beyond repair. We're always here to heal. All women hate awkward dudes with courage to talk to them. They want confident dudes that talk to everyone. Orange Ivy, you are making some real generalizations, and I would suggest that you should change how you believe that women are and actually how they respond so you can actually experience them different. MNB is saying, what is the purpose in life? I think the purpose is different for everybody, but similar. We're all here to learn, to grow, to expand into our soul purpose, which is to be in alignment with higher states of consciousness. And I believe those higher states of consciousness are in alignment with God, sovereignty, and freedom. And those are all going to be aligned to Christ consciousness. So that's how I believe. And that's what I think the purpose is. Yeah. Orange Ivy, all the thoughts make sense or the collective wouldn't exist. Cool, people wouldn't exist. The people around you have thoughts. People around us do have thoughts. But it's not any of your business to know what people are thinking. That's none of your business. So just mind your own thoughts, clear up your own mind, redirect your own thoughts in the direction of your heart and your soul, and see how your life changes. And then I bet you'll, if you actually went and spoke to women from your heart space, you might actually talk to the women that resonate with you. Hi, Jeremiah. Eric, I like the noise. Oh, Eric, I think you're saying you like my nose. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. You're sweet. Squirrel, greetings, beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. I love that. All right, y'all. So I just wanted to jump on here real quick and talk about why life can be challenging and how you can approach it differently and have more fun, have better results, and don't be afraid of challenges. See the challenge as it is, your opportunity to step into your power. That's ultimately what change is. It's about stepping into your power. If you are going to do something the same all the time, there's zero power in that. You're not growing, you're not evolving, you're not expanding in consciousness. You want to always be in alignment with your soul. And Sadif, I do not teach how to be selfish. I actually am teaching how to be in service to humanity. You can't be in service to humanity if you are not in alignment. You can't be the best service to alignment if you're not in alignment. So you have to get your stuff together first, and then you start helping from a place of alignment and love and compassion and kindness. Sadir, I would suggest that your statement is saying more about how you are approaching and less about how I am approaching. Yeah, squirrel, sniper, I agree. You have to love yourself to help others. I agree with you. And the more you are on alignment to love and to loving life and to learning and growing, the more you have to share with others from a deep, profound space. The truth, Michael is saying he just got here, and the truth is the way to go. Yeah, align to the truth frequency within yourself, and that helps you align to others as well. So I hope you found this chat helpful and these comments helpful in supporting you and a different way of looking at life challenges. Squirrel is saying you are the project, correct? Okay, Gary or Gray, I am out of here. I hope you guys have a great day. Happy Tuesday all day, and I hope you find your way back to peace. Michael just said, truth equals worth, work is love, and no one knows this is. Have a great day, you guys. I'm Kiana Sage, and I guide people to peace. Have a great day. Bye.